Hey ho, little update from me. So last time I finished very happy because I made all the communication work again. But then I decided to check if all the modules are up to date. So I reinstalled all the modules. So because I know that there were like some updates in the noise protocol and so on. And this made everything bad. So all the communication stopped working. Peer-to-plex module that we were using so far sadly isn't up to date, so it doesn't support the new changes in the noise peer. So we had to check how to re-implement this basically again, using all the newest features. So I decided to go back to the roots and check what is the latest in the hypercore protocol. How do you replicate the hypercores? So if you have two processes, on one side you create a hypercore, and on the other side you replicate that hypercore and get the data from it. So how exactly do they set it up today with all the newest little modules like to Promisify and so on. So I built like a little example where I have following this tutorial that I just showed. So this tutorial is made to run in one process, but I need it in two processes, so it's kind of like a little bit updated. It's using hypercore, hyperbeam for the streams, and those two random access memory and hypercore promisifier. And I basically just create a hypercore. I log the key, append two messages, and then create a replicate stream and pipe it into hyperbeam. And then I append more logs. And then even more with a little bit of a timeout. And on the other side, I basically manually type in the key so that I can create a clone of the hypercore using that feed key, the same feed key. Then I make a clone stream and another hyperbeam with the same topic. And then I also pipe this clone stream into the beam and pipe it back to clone stream. And then I log first two messages, and then I wait and try to check for updates. And whenever a new update comes, I log it, and then this I don't use. So when I break this, when I have 100 chunks. So if I try this, I copy the key, I pass it here, save, and then I run this one here. It will log first two blocks, and then it will wait and log also the last two ones when they get appended. So this thing is working. And now I'm trying to do the same in our code, and I kind of think that I created exactly the same thing, but I'm getting some noise handshake error. And I don't know why exactly this is happening. So yeah, I'll have to continue and figure out. But kind of when we have this done, it's gonna be a little bit better communication flow that we had so far, because it will be based on hypercores directly, so not just pure streams, but hypercores. So this is pretty cool. So I continue tomorrow, and I'll update you then.